First off, all glory goes to Yahweh, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the power of Moses and David. All praise go to you. If you allow me to, I'd like to explain and break down this prophecy that's taking place, that's in place right now, that many get confused and think that Elijah is actually coming back like that's a person. But I would like to break down how this prophecy is taking place right now. See, when you read 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 21, if you understand what the original Elijah real name means, Lahaya, meaning that Haya is my power, because that's the name of the Creator. That's the name of God, Haya. So his name is Lahaya, Allahaya, right? Because Allah means power in our language in the Paleo. And that is what the name Elijah means, that Yahya is my God, but God means power. Yahya is my power, you know? So what the original Alahaya or Elijah, what he did in 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 21, but when you read from, just read the, let's say the full chapter, what took place is Elijah proved to the nation of Israel, of Yasharallah, that Yahweh is power. He's the only king. He's the only God. He's the creator. He proved that to Yasharallah to their face and caused them to turn back to Yahweh and serve him and stop serving Baal, which means son of El. El in this modern day Amalekite Edomite Hebrew, meaning God, which is erroneous, right? A terrible term, you know, because that is the Amalekite Edomites Hebrew, the little hats. Hey, if you know what the little hats is, you know who I'm referencing. You know, so Elijah proved to the whole nation right there that Baal has no power. He's not the power, and we're not supposed to serve him. Return back to Yahweh so he can deliver us, and peace can now be upon us, and he can restore the nation and be our strength again. So he proved before Yasharallah, and he proved to the 450 prophets of Baal who Jezebel and Ahab sent, right? You know, showing that Jezebel that your 450 prophets can't do nothing and have no power, and they cannot conjure up Baal or Baal to do anything to fight in your honor and destroy Elijah, the prophet of Yahweh, or his people. You know, so that's what Elijah did. You know, he turned the people back to Yahweh, and he turned Yahweh back to the people. Aha, now that's key. Now, Malachi chapter 4, verses 5 through 6 is a prophecy that's taking place now, that's in play right now. So, for those who are turning from the New Testament, turning from the white Jesus, the black Jesus, Yatu Judas, the Yahweh ben Yahwehs of the world, and all the many other Christs and whatever they want to be on these different platforms, right? For all those who's turning from them and returning to the power of heaven and earth, the creator, right? Yahweh, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Moses, and David, returning back to him only, because we've been up under the conditions, the curses, and been up under the dominion of the Amalekite Edomite, to where we've been serving idols of wood and stone, or just serving idols of the different nations, spirituality, self-worshiping, etc., etc. Right? So when you read this prophecy right here and it says, and behold, this is Malachi chapter 4, verses 5 through 6. Behold, I will send to you Lahiah, or Elijah, the seer, the prophet, which that means that seer, that prophet right there is an erroneous term. Like it should say the prophecy, because that seer right there means prophecy, because it's prophesizing what the original Elijah did. So it says, I will send to you the prophecy that's in place right now. And that's in place right now. What we're doing, we're turning back to Yahweh and turning away from modern day Baal, which is black Jesus, white Jesus, and all these other dudes that's proclaiming to be anything of the New Testament or modern day spirituality, right? So it says, and behold, I will send to you the prophecy of Elijah before the great and glorious day of Yahweh comes. Then it says this, what it should be written out like this. And then it says, this prophecy will do what? It shall turn again the heart of the Father, Yahweh, to the Son, Yasharala. Because once we start waking up and returning back to Yahweh, then Yahweh returns back to us. That's in correlation with Leviticus chapter 26. Once we confess our iniquities unto him and we return back unto him, he will return back unto us. We walk contrary to him, like he said he's going to walk contrary to us. This is proving and exploiting the validity of the word of Yahweh through actual visual like references that you can see that's happening today. A remnant of us is returning back to Yahweh only and leaving the idolatry alone, right? So this prophecy will turn Yahweh back to Yasharallah Israel. Then it says in the heart of a man to to his neighbor, meaning that we will start unifying, right? We start being more compassionate towards one another and seeing our conditions, because a lot of us is going through unknown, unseen, unheard conditions that's just plaguing us in our environment, in the hood, in our situation, in our relationships, in our families, in our work atmosphere, just in the world in general. Things is weird, right? So it's key that we return back to Yahweh, then he returns back to us, and then our hearts will be changed and different, for we will see one another's conditions. Like we would see the things we struggle with, that we went through, we've been going through for a while now, under the dominion of the Amalekite Edomite, because he had been nothing but cruel, oppressing us, and being very wicked. Talking about them little hats, right? Then it says, before or lest I come and smite the earth grievously. Well, we see him doing that because we still not returning quick enough, right? But this servant in this prophecy also, um, it also applies to the rising of the entities that governs the nation for Yahweh, and also that seed of David and that seed of Zadok. For they would do what? The seed of David and the seed of Zadok would turn people back to Yahweh. And then Yahweh will return back to the people of, of Israel, Yasharallah. Right? So this is the breakdown of what this truly means. The Amalekite Edomites don't want you to understand it or know that it's like that. People don't explain it and break it down and let you know that it's like that, because people are in gross darkness and they teaching falsehood and foolery, keeping you confused, keeping you away from Yahweh when you're supposed to return to him. That's it. That's all, folks. I'm about to go live with this, and you know, let's just ask Yahweh to be with us, be with me. Peace. mighty men and mighty